Alright guys, welcome back with me with another YouTube video. So today I'll talking about who is stronger, Susanoo or Kurama. So, make sure to stay tuned for that. If you do enjoy seeing this anime reviews and want to keep them coming, the best thing you can do is smash that like button, and if you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future anime videos. It's time to end the most sparkling debate among Naruto fans. Who is stronger between Kurama and Susanoo? I believe Ashura Kurama is stronger. The Naruto franchise is one of those popular shows in the 90s that still permeates today's anime culture, even if its sequel, Naruto Shippuden, ended TV production back in 2017. Since it has been too long of a time, I decided to watch two of the most hyperventilating episodes the Naruto Shippuden series can offer. Episode 52 is the episode when Naruto and his friends chased after Sasuke so they can bring him back. It also has the scene where Sasuke attempts to suppress his chakra. The Nine Tails also told Sasuke he will regret killing Naruto. Episode 247 is the episode shows the scenes where Naruto transforms into his Nine-Tail mode. The epic final fight between Susanoo and Nine Tails Kurama wouldn't have occurred without the powerful scenes in these episodes. The power dynamic between Naruto and edgelord Sasuke wouldn't have grasped the audience if it weren't for their frenemy relationships. So, let's compare the powers of Susanoo and Kurama to identify which one is stronger. Upon breaking down the strengths and weaknesses of Susanoo and Kurama below, here is our conclusion. In general, Kurama is weaker than a perfect or complete Susanoo. However, Naruto's Ashura Kurama is stronger than a perfect Susanoo. Madara Uchiha, the legendary leader of the Uchiha clan, once captured Kurama easily with his perfect Susanoo. Henceforth, we can confidently say that the base form of Kurama is weaker than a perfect Susanoo. However, since Naruto fought on par with Sasuke in the final battle, Ashura Kurama is stronger than perfect Susanoo. Let's break the facts down now. Many Naruto fans would have already known this, but allow me to reintroduce the Susanoo for those of you who are unfamiliar with the series. The Susanoo avatar protects shinobis by encircling them with chakra and launches jutsu attacks on the enemies according to the shinobi's will. It is hard to identify the strengths of a Susanoo without mentioning its forms. Therefore, here's a quick summary of several developmental stages that practiced users undergo through in the series. 1. Skeletal. This is like a base form because the rib cage is just for basic defense, it's less developed and the chakra moves around with the user. The arm exists so it can interact with its surroundings. 2. Humanoid. Still an early stage cause only the upper half is solidified, though legs become more common in its full humanoid form. 3. Armored. As its name implies, the Susanoo is armored because the chakra protects itself through armor to further protect its humanoid form. 4. Complete. Also known as perfect Susanoo, the shinobi will be suspended within the Susanoo as if it were flying and controlling the chakra or avatar. This is the most helpful for the shinobi, because he or she is inflicted less pain from the opponent's strikes as it reaches its full form. The shinobi is also shielded from the enemy's physical attacks. 5. Indra. The avatar generates a sword so the shinobi can battle its opponents. Here is some interesting information about the strengths of various Susanoo users. In the series, Madara did not need to borrow nor utilize the full powers of his Susanoo, rather, the upper half of his skeletal Susanoo form will be sufficient to protect himself against Ultra Big Ball Rasengan. His Indra Susanoo even wielded 2 swords in the manga and 4 in the anime. These swords could be thrown and suspended in the air while the shinobi maintains control over it. Moreover, Madara's Susanoo can produce Yasaka Magatama, one that explodes upon impact after rapidly spinning towards the opponent. The explosions vary in size depending on the user, but if there are smaller spaces or close quarters, the Yasaka Magatama explosion also reduces in size. The Susanoo avatar is very useful to its intended users, especially when the individual uses it to accompany the Mangekyo Sharingan. Only a few Uchiha clan members activated this advanced form of the Sharingan technique. To explain further, Mangekyo Sharingan are known to activate the heavenly eyes of the users. It is said that they are allowed to see the truth of all creation without obstruction. When the Susanoo takes the Mangekyo Sharingan form, the chakra acquires wings so the user can fly, it gains a Tengu-like nose, and it's also dressed in ornate armor and battle robes. This form alone is comparable to the power of a tailed beast or chakra monsters, which are titanic living forms of chakra. The Susanoo accompanied with the user's activated Mangekyo Sharingan is capable of subduing mountains, especially when it's enhanced by the small planetoids of the Six Paths Senjutsu. The weaknesses of the Susanoo will probably lie in its skeletal or humanoid structures. Rib cages are formed for a simple defense system, arms are formed for combat, the upper half of Susanoo's muscles and skin are created and amalgamated, and finally, the legs are added so the humanoid structure will become more mobile. Now, I will discuss the top 4 weaknesses for a Susanoo, from the most crippling to the least crippling. 1. Susanoo's lack of regeneration. Susanoos are incapable of regenerating or healing themselves. Therefore, if they obtain large wounds caused by jutsu spell casters, those wounds won't instantly close and will be further exposed to other casters' damage. 2. Susanoos are vulnerable. The vulnerability of Susanoo's chakras means they can't guarantee 100% protection against the enemy's attacks. It's only a slightly crippling weakness, but it can literally throw the caster out of the Susanoos when the chakras receive damage from below. When the caster is thrown or pulled away from the Susanoo, the chakra shields disappear or get deactivated. 3. Susanoo's usage is painful. Every cell of the body of the shinobi is in pain whenever the chakra casters develop their techniques. During this time, the chakra depletion rates increase. Members of the Uchiha clan don't have large chakra reserves like the Uzumaki bloodlines or the Senju clan. As a result, normal shinobis wouldn't be able to withstand enormous chakra loss quickly. Their bodies should be grinding in pain and they should have a hard time breathing when they activate perfect Susanoo. If you are thinking how does this correlate to Susanoo's strength, just remember that in a fight an incapable user equals incapable Susanoo, which leads to Kurama's victory in this blog. It was rumored that Madara's perfect Susanoo can rival the strength of a tailed beast and that no one was able to see this version again. After forming and shaping his stabilized Susanoo into an armor, Madara equipped it unto the 9 tails so their powers would complement one another. As stated before, no weaknesses are known for a perfect Susanoo. It's so enormous as a powerful and destructive tailed beast that no forceful punches can break it. Its blade can even slice mountains. When Hashirama Senju's tailed beasts or wooden golems damage Susanoos, the perfect Susanoos can still withstand the hits as long as the shinobi has enough chakras. However, it can only withstand until the shinobis deplete their chakras. Kurama, commonly known as the 9 Tails or Kyubi, the Kurama is a century-old beast who was once one of the 9 pets of the shinobi god, Hagoromo Otsutsuki. After Hagoromo's alleged death, humanity grew distant of the tailed beasts and Kurama hates humans, bearing a grudge against them for many years. But after Naruto Uzumaki sealed its powers and at his instigation, the Kurama treats the humans with some respect even if it still despises them to some degree. Now that the Kurama's anger towards humans is somehow subdued, it utilizes its powers to save the world from complete destruction. As the strongest of the 9-tailed beasts, Kurama was first subdued by the god of shinobi, Hashirama Senju, who possesses unrivaled ninja prowess and is also a member of the Senju clan. Let's talk about Kurama's strengths in various forms. There was that time when Kurama's chakra managed to separate itself away from Naruto, during which time, the two were able to fight opponents independently. Kurama's full power was also restored after the Fourth Shinobi World War. This only occurred once the two halves of Kurama returned inside Naruto, who could defeat the giant golem of Toneri Otsutsuki and the elemental construct of Momoshiki Otsutsuki. As stated before, both the Uzumaki and Senju bloodlines have powerful chakra reserves. As a tailed beast, Kurama shares some of these chakra reserves to its users even after the users deplete them during battles. Afterwards, it can reacquire large amounts of chakra from those reserves in a short period of time. Kurama's chakra can also amplify its powers after it covers itself with chakra. This is called the 9 Tails chakra mode. Kurama possesses a colossal amount of brute force that with a single swish of its tail, it's supposedly able to create flattened mountains and raise tsunamis. Smashing the Senjutsu enhanced Susanoo of Madara with just its tail also requires less effort for Kurama. Even with just half of its strength, it could overwhelm the controlled tailed beasts by Obito Uchiha. Finally, with the Sage of 6 Paths, it can battle Sasuke's perfect Susanoo that is enhanced by a tailed beast. Many of Naruto's abilities are affected by his relationship with Kurama, the nine-tailed fox. Because Kurama can sense Naruto's negative emotions when he fights, it is also easily provoked and angry. These negative emotions include sadness, anger, and hatred. There are times when the chakra entity, Kurama, chooses to employ such negative emotions within its power that it directs Naruto to utilize them. This is especially true when it becomes vulnerable to the mind-controlling techniques and emotions from the opponent's chakras. When it's subdued, the enemy's sealing techniques are easier to implement on Kurama because it is drowning in high states of negative emotions. There's even a possibility that Kurama can be sealed off and die like its host, also known as Jinchuriki. Similar to other tailed beasts, Kurama wouldn't be able to focus its power without its host's aid, it will only be able to throw its power randomly. Over time, Naruto learned how to utilize Kurama's life force so it can be well spent during battles, and not easily depleted. Before ending this blog, I need to touch on the Ashura Kurama mode that allows Naruto to acquire and use the 6 paths Senjutsu, Ultra Big Ball Rasenshuriken. This technique matches and rivals the strongest attack of Sasuke that it collapses the nearby areas and the Valley of the End itself. Upon obtaining this power, he retains the capacity to enter tailed beast mode. This particular form can rival the perfect form of Sasuke Uchiha's Susanoo when we're talking about size and strength. Moreover, Naruto specializes in manipulating the shadow clones by combining 3 of Kurama's avatars into a single entity. Through shadow cloning, the reformed chakra of the Ashura Kurama sprouts 6 arms and shows 3 faces. Its facial features greatly resemble the chakra avatar of Asura Otsutsuki, who is the ancestor for both the Uzumaki clans and the Senju clans.